Last year, Taylormade changed the game when it came to your driver. This year, have they made it even better, introducing the brand new Taylormade Stealth 2 driver range. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson, welcome to the channel. Today we have the brand new drivers from Taylormade for 2023. These are going to be played by Collin Morikawa, Tiger Woods, Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy and many more of the world's best players. Will it be played by me and will it be played by you? Guys, we're out here at Woolley Park Golf Club today to test these golf clubs. I've also been in the studio to test these clubs for numbers, and I've also been out to California to get fitted for one of these brand new Taylormade Stealth 2 drivers. So there are 3 drivers in the lineup this year. We have the Taylormade Stealth 2 Plus, which is the movable weight option that I have here. We have the Taylormade Stealth 2, the standard version, and the Taylormade Stealth 2 HD. You'll see the HD has more of a draw bias club. That weighting is jam-packed into the heel to help you square that club face up, whereas the weighting in the standard Taylormade Stealth 2 is more towards the centre, in line with the inertia generator towards the back where the weighting is. And then the Taylormade Stealth Plus has that movable weight in the front, which I quite like. You'll see that is in the fade setting for me because my bad shot is left. Now, looking at all these clubs together, they do look very similar on top, with one big difference. The Stealth and the Stealth HD, you can see the red ring at the back of this club to outline it, whereas the Stealth 2 Plus does have that kind of black ring at the back, which I actually quite prefer. I like it more subtle. So we're out here at Woolley Park Golf Club. Let's give these a test. Now, the crown on the Taylormade Stealth was more of a matte carbon, and you'll see on this new Stealth 2, it's more of a shiny carbon, which I quite prefer. I love the look of a shiny carbon head. It looks more sleek, I suppose you could say. But how does it perform? I mean, straight off the bat with the first swing of the day, that is quite an exceptional tee shot. That felt amazing, sounded great, and the big thing for me here is they haven't changed too much. Taylormade haven't gone gung-ho into changing it into something totally new. They are standing by that carbon face, where a lot of people thought maybe they could go back to a titanium face and have more of a carbon structure, but there are more technologies in here to help you generate potentially more ball speed and potentially more forgiveness, which I'll talk you through in this video. Now, names of drivers this year is quite a contentious issue. Callaway Paradym, is that a hit or a miss with a name? I'm not too sure. I've sort of come to terms with it. Cobra Aerojet, I'm not sure I'll ever come to terms with that one. Taylormade Stealth 2 is very much just a continuance on from last year's Stealth. Obviously, they did this with the Sim range back in the day as well, with the Sim and the Sim 2. I'm not sure if that's enough to make people want to go to the shelves and buy them. I'm not sure if it feels a little bit lazy. We've still got the red face. Obviously, it is still the 60 times carbon face. The face is 2 grams lighter, and that means that Taylormade can distribute weight more evenly throughout the head, again, to help you potentially generate more ball speed on off-centre hits and a higher MOI. But I almost feel like when I make a thumbnail and I'm feeling a bit lazy, I just kind of reuse another one and change it a bit with the looks. I'm sure that's not the case with the technology in here, but just feel a little bit samey. I mean, it's performing rather well, I must say. That's 2 lovely big high fades, which is exactly what I would want from a driver at the moment. My big thing this year is I don't want to hit the ball left. I do not want to hit the ball left. The Callaway Paradym certainly helped with that, and I think the Taylormade Stealth 2 in the right settings is potentially helping with that as well. You'll see we still have the inertia generator at the back with a 15 gram weight in there to push centre of gravity back and enhance MOI. We still have the through slot speed pocket at the front for more ball speed on low hits. And with regards to the Taylormade Stealth 2 HD, there's a full range of HD products, which if you're a high handicapper, a mid handicapper who's wanting more forgiveness, they could well be a game changer for you, especially in the woods and other clubs throughout the bag. Right, can we hit 3 fairways in a row here using the Taylormade Stealth 2? Exactly the same shot. If I replay all 3 of those shot traces for you, they're going to be exactly the same, and I think we could potentially throw a blanket over all 3 of those shots. Guys, do me a favour, get in the comments below, can you see yourself testing the brand new Taylormade Stealth 2 lineup, and are you in that year of transition with your driver? Because I can't see many people going from a Taylormade Stealth driver to a Taylormade Stealth 2 driver. Very similar to the Taylormade Sim and the Taylormade Sim 2. I think if you're in a good fitter product, you're not going to see a lot of difference, but if you're in an M3, an M2, an M4, an M6, is this the way you're going to go? Get in the comments and let me know. So, having tested loads of new drivers this year, how impressed am I with the lineup? How impressed am I with the Stealth 2, with some of the other drivers on the market? For me, I love the fact that they've not deviated from the red face, from the carbon era. I think if they would have taken a step back there, that would have almost been a white flag in defeat. Although I say I love the red face, I've changed the shade a little bit. It does look slightly different. You wouldn't be able to tell unless I told you that they're different. I would have loved to see them maybe gone all black Stealth. You know, like just something different. Keep that 60 times carbon, but change it out a bit. There's more technology in here that I'm going to talk you through on the next tee. All black, I mean, you can get it in all black, you can my stealth it out and get the different colours, but I just think it's very similar. When I heard the name, I was a little bit, oh, I'm sure you guys probably are as well if you've not seen the leaks, if this is the first time you're seeing the new Taylormade driver. I think it's more of a slight progression than a game changer, but then you can't change the game every year because it would be, yeah, it wouldn't work, would it? Now, as you can imagine, this has been a very busy time of year for me and one of the most enjoyable times of year because I get to test all the new golf clubs coming to the market. Now, I've not seen anything that I'm disappointed with, and one of the big things that I'm looking for this year is consistency with varying strikes. A lot of the manufacturers are claiming to maintain ball speeds on off-centre hits. And I've got to say, if you look at where these three are, that's quite remarkable. We have two right next to each other, and the third one just there. That is three drives which for me all felt fairly solid. They weren't exactly the same strikes, and they're varying in maybe 10 yards front to back and literally no yards in dispersion because they're all in a line. I'm going to take that all day. It's quite wet underfoot as well, so there's not a lot of run today. Look at that one. Pitch and stop. Right, let's move on. Now, I mentioned earlier on in the video about new technologies in this Taylormade Stealth 2, one of which being the 2 gram lighter carbon face. Now, we also have a new progressive ICT technology here, inverted cone technology, again to generally help you generate more ball speed on those off-centre hits. Now, in the previous Taylormade Stealth, you know, we did have that titanium ring around the back to hold the driver together. That is now made of carbon composite to again help Taylormade distribute weight a little bit more evenly. You'll see I've got the Taylormade Stealth 2 HD here because that's a lot easier to see for me to show you with that carbon composite ring because it is in red, like I mentioned earlier, in the Stealth 2 and Stealth 2 HD. Now, I will be very, very interested to see which pros put the Taylormade Stealth 2 Plus in the bag, which pros put the Taylormade Stealth in the bag, and if any pros put the Stealth 2 HD in the bag. Now, as I said earlier, I do feel like this is a little bit samey looking. I think they could have changed a few more things to make it a little bit more exciting for people, but I do really enjoy that shiny carbon crown on top. For me, that's something which I think does look a little bit better, a little bit more premium than the matte effect that was on the last one, and it really does look easy to line up down the fairway, contrasting with the face. So maybe the black face wouldn't have been a great idea, James. Anyway, see if we can hit the fairway. This is my nemesis, this hole. That's 1 out of 1, and again, that's just a nice fade down the middle of the fairway. That was very, very toey. I can't see that being the longest drive ever. Let's see if I can get a couple out the middle and see what that difference in dispersion front to back is. Then we're going to jump in the simulator room, see just how far this bad boy goes. Guys, how far do you think this goes compared to last year's Taylormade Stealth? Is it going to be a game changer? Is it going to be something which is just a little bit of a stopgap until next year? Is it something which you would consider putting in your golf bag? Does it look different enough? Get in the comments below and let me know. Right, we've hit fades all day. Can we hit a draw? Because obviously that is what you should do if you hit a fade all day, Chris. Come on, big draw. Just arrow straight again. Now, I don't know if I'm frustrated with that because I wanted to hit a draw, and workability is a little bit important to me, but it's in the fairway and it's gone dead straight. It was well struck as well. Right, last shot before I show you these numbers. Let's really try and get at this one. Oh yeah. It is just a kind of big high fading machine for me. I do have this set in the fade setting. That's carried the lake. That has gone quite a long way in these wintry conditions. Guys, let's jump in the studio. Let's see just how far this driver goes, how it performs in relation to ball speed, spin rate and all the rest. Then we're going to jump on the 18th hole. I'm going to move this weight into the draw setting and see if I can send a big high bombing draw down that fairway. So as you can imagine guys, I was very, very excited to jump in the simulator room here at Woolley Park Golf Club and test this Taylormade Stealth 2+4 distance. Now the first thing that I actually got from this, because I tested it before we came out on the golf course, was how good and solid it felt. For me, the Taylormade Stealth was one of the most solid feeling drivers that I have tested in probably ever, to be fair, not a very, very long time. And I love some of the shots that I get that are really, really kind of low spin knuckleballs. The optimum shot for me here is a little bit of a high toe shot that spins at around 2,000. You can see that was a little bit of a heely one there. They weren't all perfect, but I love testing for lots and lots of different shots. Now, generally, it felt good, and this one felt like the best swing of the day. Look where that's pitching, and that's running up way past 300 yards. So it's not the fastest ball speed I've ever tested at 155.8. We'll call that 156. Launching at 12.9, which for me is pretty optimum. It could be a little bit high. You could bring that down. But spinning at 1978, so sub 2,000 on average, I don't mind that slightly higher launch. Carrying 280 on average with a standard deviation of just 5 and a total of 295, which doesn't really mean much to us because it is on launch monitor. You're never going to really see that consistently out on a golf course. So pretty good numbers there, and like I said earlier in this video, not game-changing numbers, not numbers which I think you would potentially jump out of the Stealth into the Stealth 2 in. Guys, I'm going to run a series this year comparing older drivers to newer drivers. If that's something you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There are so many new drivers out here this year. I want to really make sure that you guys are buying the best for your buck. Is that going to be the new ones? Let me know in the comments. The first drive, which was a little bit toe, it is just at the right side of the fairway there, just short of the 150 marker. The second drive is in this left-hand rough. This was well struck actually, and we are into the wind, so I'm quite pleased that they are similar distance. And then the drive that got over the water, that's about 20 yards further up. That felt like one of them really, really powerful low spin drives you can get with that carbon face. That's why I did quite enjoy it last year and might quite enjoy it this year as well. So I would say so far so good here. We haven't missed the planet, which is quite important. But for me, with the Taylormade Stealth Plus, one of the bonuses is you do get this movable weight here. Now, I have to say, I wouldn't be recommending doing this all the time. I would recommend going and getting fitted, but needs must. We haven't hit a draw yet, and this tee shot works lovely around this corner. So, putting this in the draw, saying how much difference do these make? We've got a 15 gram weight in the front with a 15 gram weight in the back. Should make a little bit of difference in stability. Obviously I need to marry that swing path up with club face to hit the draw. Can we do it? Yes, we can. That is a perfect golf shot, isn't it? I really wanted to go and play golf now, to be fair, and I guess that is what buying new golf clubs can do for you guys. I really hope you've enjoyed that review of the brand new 2023 Taylormade Stealth 2. If you have, smash that subscribe button below. Let me know what else you look forward to seeing this year and what shall I compare this with in the coming weeks. Apart from that, I'll see you all exactly the same time tomorrow. Bye.